In November, we showed you a mysterious plane crash that Chopper 16 rediscovered on a remote island in the Chesapeake Bay off the shores of Dorchester County. Well, now at least a portion of that puzzle has been solved. WBOC's Brooke Reese joins us now in the Newsplex. And Brooke, a secret society hunting club watched that crash unfold back in November of 1953.
Yeah, Todd, to us it appeared to be an untouched plane crash that you could only see from above. But what we quickly discovered after televising that story was this mysterious naval jet had a much longer history than we could have ever imagined.
The disabled Navy jet plane swooped down onto uninhabited Wroten Island near Hooperville, Maryland yesterday, tore a 200-foot swath through the trees and was demolished. The pilot walked away unhurt.
These are the words Michael Kaiser's father Fenwick wrote after he watched a TV-2 aircraft land on his island in November of 1953. It was Thanksgiving weekend, so while the wives were inside cooking dinner, Kaiser and other members of the Wroten Island Hunting Club were in the duck blinds nearby what's now called Airplane Pond.
He was out shooting, and this plane came down through the trees and crashed into the woods of the marsh. And then he ran over there with some of his other friends, and the pilot was out and was okay. Lieutenant Commander Kenneth D. Smith was quickly rescued by a helicopter from the Patuxent Naval Air Station, where he was assigned to the Service Test Division.
Michael says it wasn't until a few days later that the Navy would revisit the island to retrieve the engine and other important instruments.
And my father and some friends took whatever was left worthwhile on the plane. The seat, maybe the raft. My father brought back the flight manual.
Fen Kaiser was one of the original 8 owners of the island.
They didn't really call him the president. He was just in charge.
Fen Kaiser would later sign a document with the U.S. government authorizing it to leave the carcass of the plane where it is today.
And then it just sat there, and it was always an item of conversation. When people came to the island who hadn't been there before, oh yeah, this plane crashed over there, and yada, yada, yada.
And that was how it went on for years. Eventually, Fen passed away, and after a few other members of the Wroten Island Hunting Club took over the property, Philip Engelhart assumed the role as head honcho. Philip says he's not surprised a lot of people weren't aware of the crash until now.
Nobody really talked about it beyond, because really what was on the island stayed on the island.
As a story that was discovered from above finally surfaces on Delmarva.
But a part of that mystery that has still yet to be uncovered is, despite the document showing the Navy's involvement that you saw back in 1953, that 65 years later, naval archaeologists are still surprised to find that jet plane sitting on that little island in Dorchester County.